Welcome on in. It's the Midday Show. Hugh Douglas, Joe Giglio. You guys with us. 215-592-9494. After a wild one in New Orleans, the Eagles get a victory. 15-12 on the road. What an afternoon of Eagles football. Good morning, Hugh.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Philadelphia. Hey, listen, it's okay to be critical of somebody you're in a relationship with. It's healthy. It is. And I say that because yesterday, you know, I'm in a relationship with this damn Philadelphia Eagles team, and I went through a range of emotions. I was super critical, and it's okay. I mean, that's what we do as fans. So, with that being said, if you don't understand that simple notion right there, then you probably shouldn't have your ass on Twitter or any other social media platform getting mad at other people who are critical of the players, of the coach, and anything else that has to do with this football team when they put out that stuff like they put out yesterday. A win is a win. But damn it, that you could be critical. That's I'm gonna leave it right there. But you could be super critical.
So you can. Look, I think that's what WIP is for.
Man, why didn't you take the 3 points, Joe?
Well,
why the hell you don't take the 3 points at the half?
I've been trying to tell you about the coach for a while. Yeah, I do, Nick.
That was stupid.
Of course it was. I mean,
that was stupid.
It was ridiculous. A lot of yesterday was wacky. I mean, the Eagles have become the team now. There's always a team every few years in the NFL who plays these kind of heart attack games every week. That's the Eagles now. I mean, it's every single game. Every single game's the same thing where you're biting your nails. Half the time you're throwing something to the TV. Half the time you're like, whoa, they're going to win the football game. They pulled it out yesterday. 215-592-9494. All right, Hugh, I'm going to give you the floor in a second. I know you got a lot to say. You got a lot of a range of emotions yesterday off the game. But I just want to say this, because I heard a lot of the morning show coming in, listening to callers react, seeing some of the stuff people are putting out there. I do think yesterday was a good win. I'm not going to go over the top and say it's the best win I've ever seen or anything all time. But I do think that was a good win yesterday. Look, they went on the road. They went and took down a team that had, for the first 2 weeks, scored the most points in the NFL. Their defense, which we all...
Salty.
Their defense, we all called them out. And they did play. They played salty. They played salty. They played like it meant something to them yesterday. That's the best game Jalen Carter's played in a year. It's the first time Jordan Davis has made an impactful play in a while. Reed Blankenship at the end. Zach Bond bounced back from a tough week, too. They made plays.
Give some Slay. Slay was out there
he made
tackling.
Plays, yeah.
He was out there tackling. Shout out to Slay.
The run.
Big play, Slay.
So, listen, I think a lot of guys on the defensive side played a heck of a game. Brandon Graham still an impactful player. Yes, I was so impressed with the defense yesterday. They overcame injuries to their right tackle, their right guard, didn't have their number one wide receiver, had their second receiver go out, and I don't even know where you put Britton Covey in this. I guess he's their fourth receiver. By the end, they didn't have their 1, 2, fourth receiver, right tackle, right guard. They had a lot of stuff go wrong yesterday. They had a block punt. They had the head coach who has no idea what he's doing situationally. The quarterbacks turned the football over, yet they overcame it. They won the football game yesterday. I consider that a good win. I know there's a lot of stuff here, good and bad, we're going to react to today and this week, but I thought that was a good win. They outgained them 460-219, and let's not forget, it's a game most people thought they would lose. Most people that last week thought...
Most people.
Most, not you. But most people thought they would lose that game, and they won the football game. They tried to lose it. But they won. 215-592-9494. All right, Hugh, what's hitting you this morning as the Eagles get a very wild victory?
Man, listen, I come from the school of a win is a win, and most times that's true. But there were too many times yesterday, Joe, where there were some bonehead things being done out there on the football field by the coach and by the quarterback that made me an emotional train wreck yesterday. I don't understand on God's green earth. I understand analytics is a big part of the football game. But I don't understand on God's green earth, 14 seconds left on the clock. You're going into halftime. You held the Saints 3 points, the most prolific offense in the NFL to this point in the season. You got them down. They held them to 3 points, Joe. But you want to get cute. And you want to throw a wrinkle into the tush push. You got 14 seconds left on the clock. Okay, say for instance, just say if you just ran the tush push, you got the first down. You ain't got enough time to do nothing.
You may have one more throw to the end zone.
Okay, maybe. But why take that chance when your offense has been sputtering the way that it has been sputtering? Take the 3 points, man. Take the 3 points, go into halftime, make adjustments, because guess what? Up until that point, you already got a win because you slowed this offense down with your defense that for the last couple of weeks couldn't hold a cup of water.
And you have the ball coming out at halftime. So
yes.
take the points, you get the ball coming out.
What are you doing? What are you doing? That's the type of stuff right there get you fired. And on top of that, you did the same stupid stuff last week. You did the same stupid thing last week. A win is a win. I get that. But I'm frustrated because those are the type of moments right there that get you beat and get you going home, not making the trip to New Orleans because you didn't make it because you did stupid stuff during the course of the season.
Well, they won in spite of the coach yesterday. I mean, they did. They lost because of the coach on Monday night. They won in spite of the coach yesterday. Hugh, I have a theory, and I said this last week.
And we did this last year, Joe.
I know.
Remember last year when all this stuff was going on and we turned a blind eye because we was on that whole a win is a win train? No. Now, listen, I know that turnovers are part of the league, especially this year. It feels like that. Because quarterbacks are turning the ball over.
Well, and defenses are having a renaissance here
yes,
a little
bit. But you can't put your team in bad spots, man. You can't do it. You cannot do it. It's stupid. You see that there's been a sea change in the NFL. Running backs are having a surge this year.
The running game is back. Yeah.
The defenses are playing well. Defenses are keeping teams in games.
The defense is not a.
It's still a luxury because this, listen,
not yesterday.
This defense was on the back of a milk carton for 2 weeks. The only reason they came to play, and this is the challenge to this defense this week.
Do it again.
Yeah, because we've seen what you could do. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, BG, Sweat, all of you guys, Darius Slay. Is this what it takes for you to play on a regular basis? You got how many more games? Math. 14 more games?
14, yes.
14 regular season games. Do this every week. This is the reason why I said, going into last week, I believe in this team because they have talent. Now you have to show that you can do. You got to show up and show out every week. Can't have none of that stuff that you had in the first 2 weeks. You've shown that you can do it. You need to do this every week.
Well, they're capable. Certainly Jalen Carter's capable of being a star. 215-592-9494. All right, quickly, two things. We'll get Kyle's thoughts, get everyone's phone call up here. Your reaction to the win yesterday. Was that a good win? I mean, it was a good win for me. Like I had a lot of complaints last year. I know it annoyed some people. As they were winning, I was complaining because I thought they were lucky. I actually don't think they were lucky to win yesterday.
Joe, this is luck. That's lucky.
No, they dominated the game.
They
had
played
more
well
first downs.
defense.
They had more first downs. They had 200 more yards. I think they actually should have blown the Saints out yesterday. If not for Sirianni and not for Hurts, they blow the doors off the Saints.
You're still making some of the bonehead mistakes, and you're winning in spite of bad decisions.
But they dominated snap to snap. They let the Saints hang around, and then they went down late and had to rescue themselves. 215-592-9494. My theory on Sirianni, and I said it last week, I'm going to say it again, and I believe this. I truly believe this is what's going on. He has no role here except motivate and game day stuff. And I think he's trying too hard on game day to justify his role. It's almost like a guy who only gets the ball a few times during the game and then they try too hard and they fumble or they drop the ball or whatever. That's him. He has like 5 plays a week he's got to make a decision on, and he's trying too hard. Just take the field goal, Nick. It's not that hard. It's 14 seconds to go in the half. Kyle, your takeaway yesterday, was that a good win?
It was a terrible win, dude.
No.
So I would call it a good win if they were able to overcome adversity that was not self-inflicted. Like, if it was just Devontae getting injured and AJ being out and stuff like that, and you know, some freak things happen in the game and they were able to overcome it, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? That was a good win. But it's the same crap all the time. The head coach is inserting himself in the game, made a litany of just ridiculously awful decisions. The quarterback is a turnover machine. Like, Jalen Hurts probably left, at least 7 points off the board when he threw the interception in the red zone. The fumble, which he's holding the ball out like it's a loaf of bread. These things can't happen, and it's a continuation of the same stuff that got in their way last season. Like, they can't stop getting out of their own way. Like, we talked about the fact they should have blown the Saints out. I could think of 5 different games over the course of the last year or so where the Eagles should have looked better than they did. This is just who they are.
Well, I agree with that.
They don't play clean football games. So no, I came away from that game thinking there's no way this team is going to go very far in the postseason because they have to overcome their own mistakes. They can't get out of their own way.
215-592-9494. It's how you hop aboard. Ton of phone calls today. Today's your day to react on WIP. The Eagles win yesterday. Though you listen to WIP and it doesn't feel like a win sometimes. 15-12 was yesterday, a good victory by the Eagles. Your calls, the Merrill montage next, and we'll get to Nick Sirianni, Reed Blankenship, what they said after the game, the celebration as the Eagles found a way. I mean, that's at times yesterday felt like there's no way they're gonna win. Like when it's 3rd and 16 before the Goddard play, it feels like there's no way they're gonna win the game. Rescued by Goddard, rescued by Saquon, and what a game by Jalen Carter. 215-592-9494. It is the Midday Show on Sports Radio 94 WIP.